Victoria! Di! Zatalina!
Kompleto jud kay. Oh, saba makalit ang music. Naanay DJ. Ganahan ko ani. Ganahan ko ani na DJ. Okay. Good morning. Happy Thursday everybody. We are now entering our third quarter of 2026. So, July, August, pag-abot sa September, Christmas na dayon, guys. Kinsay ready for Christmas?
Christmas na.
Hapit na Christmas. Okay.
You're approaching birthday season.
Birthday season.
Ay, ganun eh. Ay.
Birthday season. Ayun, sa interest lines.
But it's just interest lines. Okay. Okay, so question, what is the one thing you can do as a real estate agent that will directly lead to close deals? Ikaw, Froy. Unsa man ang one thing that you can do as an agent that will directly lead to close deals?
Build relationships.
Build relationships, okay. Ikaw, where?
Follow up lang.
Follow up lead, so that is correct. Most agents already have enough leads to close 2 deals a month. So, kinsa diri ang ga-close og 2 deals a month on average? 2 deals a month. Wala. 2 deals a month. Alay man kay 5 deals a month man iya ha. So, 80% of agents close after over 5 follow-ups. Kinsa man ang ga-follow up sa isa ka client more than 5 times?
Okay.
Ikaw, not necessarily one day, but over the course of, di na siya follow up, samok na siya. A day. Harassment. Dili ade, over the course of their buyer journey. Nakaabot ka 5, over 5. Mitch. Kinsa man ang once ra ga-follow up din, undang na dayon kay wa nagtubag. So dili ana ha, dili ana. Pero 44% of agents quit after 1 follow-up. Meaning, nag-site tour sa Intalio Flats. Then, pagkaugma imong gitawagan, wa man siya nagtubag, wala na dayon ka. Next na pod na client. So, that's 44 of agents. 12% of agents make more than 3 attempts. So, naay arang-arang. 12% raw, more than 3 attempts. And then, only 2% of sales happen after the first contact. So, kinsa man diri ang ganhan, ana. I'm sure everybody would like to do a site visit and then close immediately. But that rarely happens. It happens, but very rarely. Because most clients, kinahanglan gid sila i-follow up more than 5 or 7 times. And then it can take up months. So some deals take months in the making. Some of my clients kay years good in the making. So it really takes a lot of patience, but it's really part of the process. Not everything matters equally. Extraordinary results require focused action on the lead domino, the one thing that knocks everything else over. So that means kung nakakita mo ng mga domino, kada bitang you line up dominoes and then you just push one and then everything else will fall. So if you lined up dominoes nga padako ang size, so there ang first domino kay gamay and then you line up bigger and bigger dominoes, even the biggest domino mutapol over siya because of the momentum. Even if gamay ra nga domino ang sugod, paabot niya sa end bahalag twice na iyang height sa first na domino, that last domino will still fall over, and that is what you call the law of momentum. Because when you do something consistently, it becomes easier and easier because of the law of momentum. So the lead domino in terms of sales is follow-up. A nurtured relationship in your follow-up tool. So we use nurture your leads to do that nga naman, because this is our main follow-up tool. We have so many things going on, right? We have a lot of clients, a lot of leads that we are working on, or we get new inquiries daily. And the worst thing that we can use to follow up on our clients is our memory. Okay, short term naman kaya itong memories, especially with a lot of distractions going around. Pagtanaw, Pag tanaw pa lang nimo sa imong inbox, daghan na kay kag tubagunon. So we should not allow our inbox to dictate our schedule for the day. We should focus on what we need to follow up on. And I will share with you the strategy that I use for that. The agents who seem to always have deals or close deals are not necessarily better at generating leads, but they are better at not abandoning leads. So I know of one top agent that closes 30, 40 million a month, and I noticed that her buyer pool is quite small. Nga naragid siya yung mga clients that she keeps on coming back to. And mo to yung mga investor clients. So they have the capacity to buy one property a year. So, ga-generate gihapon siya leads, but since dili kayo siya ga-focus on online marketing, she focuses on nurturing relationships with her existing clients. Mo gito yung gabalik-balikan. And we already have that network on our phones, on Facebook. Pila man natong friends sa Facebook? Who has less than 1,000 friends on Facebook? Less than 1,000? Ikaw, Pams? Really?
Ako, 150.
Really? How many friends do you have on Facebook?
200?
200? Okay. May check sa nato, be. Kay the average person has at least 1,000, 2,000 friends on Facebook.
Friends,
Meaning, nag-kick out siguro kag friends, no? Mo siguro gipang unfriend.
Yeah.
So, that's by choice. But,
Nililis na lang Steph, kaya nag-apinaw TWR.
Ay, 1K.
Since January.
So, we have at least 1,000 friends. That's already 1,000 contacts in our database. And the agents who have deals are not necessarily always generating new leads, although this is also important. Of course, we have to generate, but we also need to focus on the leads that we already have and to not abandon them. Nga mo to ang ato ang balik-balikan. For example, during the buyer's day in Talio Flats last time, the client that I was able to bring to the open house was already an existing client. So I emailed the invitation to my database of clients, and then one of them replied and said, "Sige, I'll let my sister-in-law attend." So inana ba, I didn't already, although I posted it, but sa post kay wala. Wala'y nag-respond sa post on Facebook. So I also emailed it, and then one responded. So we all have the capacity to do that as long as we have the database. Okay, if we don't store our leads properly, masayang nato ang atuang contacts. So I just recently started reading a book called Deep Work. So deep work is when you have a time block focused on a specific task that you do every day. So it has to be every day, same time, and same place. Para you'll be able to build that momentum much faster. Matultulan nimo ba kay dili bitaw nga nag-follow up ko today 8 a.m. then pagkaugma 1 p.m. So it's harder to integrate it in our schedule if we keep on changing the time. But if it's same time, same place every day, easier siya to remember. Automatic na siya. It's just like when you work out, same time, 6 a.m., mag-workout ko. So every day, kay anad ang imong body to wake up at the same time every day. So deep work applied to real estate is a protected 4-hour block each morning where you do one thing only. And the concept also of deep work is ideally you do it first thing in the morning or first thing sa imuhang day. Okay, if you do it at the end of the day, daghan naman good maka-distract, and then also kapoy na punta, we're tired physically, we're tired mentally. But when we do it first thing in the morning, then we're still fresh and we're able to apply good atong time and attention to that thing that we've committed to do.
Duty na tas verbal again?
Yes. So, after reading this book, actually, after reading One Thing by Gary Keller, which also I recommend for you to read, One Thing, and also for the deep work, which bago pa ko nagsugod. After reading One Thing, nag-time block na din ko. So, every day, from 9 a.m. to 1 p.m., I time block that that time to do follow-ups. So mura gid akong ginabuhat, and I treat it as a very important na meeting. So dili na ko siya sa pawan og lain na appointment. Well, except for now, okay, I'm doing the training. But mo na siya akong regular na schedule nga from 9 a.m. to 1 p.m. I just do follow-ups. And if naay viewings, I usually schedule that in the afternoon. But if naay client that kailangan gid siya sa morning kay wa nila in time, so dihara ko ga compromise nga, okay, client man sad. So pwede mag-sighter sa morning. But as much as possible, I schedule everything else after 1 p.m. so that I can stick to my schedule of the 4-hour time block. And during this time, I just sit down in a coffee shop and call and message, email my clients. So puro ra gina follow-ups or online presentations. So the thing here is no calls except outbound follow-up. So kung nabito nag-follow-up sa imo nga not related to real estate client follow-up, dili sa nimo i-take ang call. Just tell them nga, can I call you later? So muna akong ginabuhat, can I call you after 1 p.m.? For example, manawag ako, mami, nasa ko ipabat, okay, may, I'll call you after 1 p.m. O, inana, oh. Okay na, sabot na si mami kay gawork mo ko. No social media scrolling. This is the biggest time waster. So I actually used to do it a lot, pero karon kay na-cut down na gina. Okay, after reading the one thing, bitaw no, I spent like hours just scrolling on TikTok or YouTube or Facebook. Nga, wala, I don't need to do it, but I still catch myself in the habit of doing it, especially sa mga vacant, bitaw nga, okay, nag-rest ko, I'm just gonna do it randomly. And then, hala, nikaon na din siya sa akong 30 minutes or nikaon na siya 1 hour. So, nasayang nako ang time and I just wasted my time. You review your pipeline, make your follow-up calls and messages, and update every contact on Nurture Your Leads. So, the busier I am, the more ga-update ko sa akong Nurture Your Leads. Nga naman, kay malimot na mangyug ko. Di na ako ka-remember, kinsa gani nga client, unsa gali iyahang inquiry, unsa ang last na update. I can't remember at all nagyud because I have thousands already of clients in my database. Unless I'm working with that client, like right now, nga-close me og deal, di na ako makahinumdum, kinsa tong uban na clients. So, the busier I am, the more I need to update. Kay para, I'm always on track with whatever is going on sa kaninga transaction. And when I update Nurture Your Leads, I update it per inquiry. So let's say, nag-inquire siya Intalio Flats, then pagka next month, nag-inquire na po siya Intalio Estates. So kung saan update sa Estates, dito na ko itag sa Intalio Estates. Dili siya sa general nga notes because if the client will inquire 5 properties, malibog na ko, gali ni nga update. So the update has to be specific to each inquiry. So there's also a certain like skill level in using Nurture Your Leads. Okay, it's not just a database, it's like a tracking tool. It helps me follow up and close deals. And if I don't use it the way I should use it, masayang ra pud ang tool. So this is the follow-up flow chart. So this is what I follow when I work on clients, work with clients. So first is to capture. Whenever I have a new lead, let's say na ay nag-message sa ako on WhatsApp, nag-message sa ako on Facebook Messenger, I capture the lead immediately. Kaya kung dili na po na ako i-save, malimot na sad ko. So, I actually use AI to upload the contact sa Nurture Your Leads kung when I'm on the go. Ako na siyang i-screenshot ang inquiry, screenshot the name of the client and their number, and then I say, pwede naman hinahin kamay. Baka-distract ko. Oh, thank you. And then I tell my AI assistant, okay, i-upload ni siya sa Nurture Leads. So pag abrin ako sa database, sa laptop na ko, which I like using it on my laptop, na siya dito. Dito na din ko man ako sa capture. I tag and then qualify them. So, naay mga certain tags like qualify. So, na hot or na new, qualify, nurture, engaged, and hot or kanang munang closable na clients. And then, I tag them according to their inquiry. So, let's say they're inquiring about a condo in Cagayan de Oro. So, I put CDO buyer, Intalio Flats. So, tagging is so important because it cleans up your CRM. Kung wala kay tags, gubot gihapon ang CRM. Kaya unsa man ang how will you read your database if you don't tag it correctly? So if I put in tally of flats, condo buyer, CDO buyer, the moment nga na ay, for example, promo ang Intali Flats, nga nasa 100,000 off. So, balikan na dito na ako na client. Let's say, nag-offer ko din. Insya na, I'll just think about it sa mga inanang clients ba. Next year, pa ko mo palit. Pagka next year, nanay promo, or pagka next month, nanay promo, ako na po siyang balikan. So, mag-update na din ko every month. So, my updates will depend on the stage that I put the client in. Kung moingon siya nga, I want to buy next month, ibutang na ko siya sa hot after qualifying it. Di ba? We had a training on doing pre-qualifying on band scoring. So I check the budget, if authority who will be deciding on sa iyang need, on sa iyang timeline. Kung iyang timeline, mayroon siya og next month na ko mupalit in 2 months, so I put that dito sa hot. Kay meaning, mupalit na siya soon. Kailangan ako ni siya i-follow up regularly. If mayroon siya, December pa ko mupalit, so dili pwede everyday mag-follow up. Kaysa mukan man siya, December pa man siya mupalit. So I put them in nurture. Meaning, monthly na siya nga follow-up. So, I maybe send an email or follow-up every month. So, whenever I check the nurture nga database, na dito ang ako ipang follow-up more or less once or twice a month. So, once I tag the client and put them in, or ako nang gibutangan og stage, complete the client information. Oh, ano pa siya? So, basta butangan yung information, their email, their number. So, if they messaged me on Facebook Messenger, I ask for their email, or nag-text sila or nag-message sila sa WhatsApp, I always ask for their email para masulod na ako sila sa ako ang newsletter, sa akong database where all the emails are, where I send emails regularly. So, usually I send emails once a week, at least once a week. And ako i-send, depende sa mga updates. So, if there's a new project, I send it there. Or if I write content about bank financing, so I send it there. So, it's mainly giving information and adding value po to clients through email. Kay even if dili kay ga-check ang uban nga local, ang mga OFWs or international clients, they really check their emails and paspas sila ga-reply dito.
Group email or
Yes, group, uy. Oh my gosh, newsletter. Listen kay ang tagsa-tagsa. Newsletter, mahorot atong oras. So, I use Kit ang name sa newsletter that I use. It's free, up to 10,000 clients, 10,000 contacts. So, free siya. I used to use MailChimp, but mahal siya.
Say ano ang spell?
K-I-T.
Nara sa Gmail or
K-I-T. Dili. App, more siya app. I used to use MailChimp, but then sobra og, I think 2,000 ang clients, and then they started charging so expensive. So, nangitamig free. Nangitamig free. So, Kit is free. And it's very simple. It's really just like sending an email, but instead of using Gmail, I go to kit.com, dito ko ga-send og email. And then sa Kit, naka-classify po akong clients, but dili siya para sa nurture nga mas specific. I just classify there according to city, kung asa sila nag-inquire. Kaya I get inquiries for all over the Philippines. So, na Cebu inquiries, na Davao, so gina-classify na ko siya according to city, para if it's a Cebu project, ga-focus ko on sending it to Cebu tag clients. If Cagayan na project, dito po sa Cagayan na clients. So, complete their information. And if nag-inquire sila sa Messenger, then I go to their Facebook profile and get their link, and then i-add na ko ang link sa ilang profile to Messenger. I mean, to nurture your leads. Para dili sila mawala. Kaya di ba there are clients na lahi-lahi ang ngalan nila sa Facebook, na they have Chinese names or bali ilahang names. It's hard to remember. So when you save the link to nurture your leads, di na sila ka-escape. Okay, just click on the link and you will be able to go to their profile. I also ask for their number, for their email, and I request if we can message on WhatsApp. Okay, I use WhatsApp. Puro mga good business dito. Facebook is so cluttered. But if sa Facebook yun sila, then we will pwede ra gyapon mag-Facebook. And then, block follow-up time dedicated to just doing follow-ups minimum 4 hours a day. So, mo gina siya ang minimum 4 hours because any less than that, dili siya as effective. So, you need 4 hours a day to do follow-ups sa atong clients. And then we also have 5-minute response time. So this is our standard. Respond within 5 minutes of getting an inquiry. Because the behavior of buyers is when they sit down to inquire, they usually inquire with a lot of agents. Dili man ikaw, di ba? Dagan siya gitawagan. 5 ka buok kay hang gi-inquire. Whoever is the first to call will usually get that client's business. So call first, then message later. So pag nag-message na siya, tawagi dayon. Kay usually active pa man na siya within 5 minutes. Kay they're on their phones, they're doing the inquiry, they're actively searching pa. They have the time and they're in the headspace pa to do it. If later on na busy na sila lain na ginabuhat. So call first, and then if they don't respond, di ma-reach ang number, then message na dayon. At least you'll be able to leave a message. And then you can just call later. Call again an hour or 2 hours later. So I call first and then message to qualify. So this is the purpose of the call. It's not to sell property immediately. Muchika sa ta sa client na how long have you been? Like katong training ni staff last week. Mo na to inyong buhaton. After you qualify, then you can offer listings or specific projects that they might be interested in. So there are different lead stages in Nurture Your Leads. What do they mean? So new, it means a fresh lead has entered Nurture Your Leads. So if you're doing Facebook ads or if you've subscribed to Lamudi, like me, subscribe ako sa Lamudi, diretso na siya og capture sa lead. So I don't have to input it manually in the platform. Ang ako lang i-input manually is katong mutawag sa ako directly, or mo message sa ako on Messenger. So anything that, and all the clients that message me directly, I need to input it manually. But if you're doing Facebook ads, if you're doing Lamudi, the leads will immediately get logged into Nurture Your Leads. Kaya naka-connect na sila. And then next is qualify. So qualifying means to check the fit, the intent, budget, authority, need, and timeline. So how I usually do it is once I open Nurture Your Leads, naman ang details sa client, sa right na side na ay notes nga portion, that's where I put the band score. So when I open the card of the client, I will immediately see the band score. So I won't need to remember. Kay dili ko ganahan maghinumdum, kay limtano na gyud ko. So as much as possible, all the data is there. Next is engaged, walay nurture. So napatoy nurture. Nurture is katong dili kaayo, dugay pa siya mo palit, but has the capacity to pay but not yet ready to buy. So I put them in nurture para ako siyang i-follow up once or twice a month. And then engaged means it's active si client, replying, asking questions, reviewing options, but walay listing match. I also put in engaged clients na within 6 months mo palit. Kaya medyo dull-dull siya compared to nurture. So mas gina-follow up na ako siya compared to nurture nga 6 months and up pa. Or engaged also meaning nag-inquire siya January pero muuli siya kay April pa or May pa. So ako siyang i-follow up, ako siya ibutang diha para I don't forget. Kay before, when I didn't have a CRM, I would just forget. Kanang clients na moingon na, I'll buy, but 5 months later, malimot na ko sa ilaha. And then, when I follow up, kinakahinumdum ko, by some miracle, nakapalit na sila sa line agent. Kaya nakauli sila, and then they found another agent because I did not follow up. So that's why important to have all your clients in the database. And then hot prospects mean they are ready to buy. They're interested, they're capable of buying and ready na sila to buy, so I put them in hot para that's what I open first. So whenever I sit down to do my follow-ups, when I always open Nurture Your Leads, naka-open na siya, mura na siya og Messenger, nga na diha permi. Naka-open na si Nurture, naka-open na si Messenger o kanang mga messaging platforms na natanan sa laptop. Mutanaw ko sa hot prospects first so that sila akong una nga ma-follow up. Human sa hot, then I move to engaged. And then lastly, converted means the client already na-close na nato ang deal with the client. Sige itong new nga thing sa converted.
Converted is after you're done, let's say there's an inquiry, di ba? After di nga na-buy, okay, mag-reserve na ko, then you change the status to converted. Because even if, let's say, di nga na siya mag-reserve na ko, the whole transaction doesn't end. Diba? You still need to comply by the documents. So when you tag a lead into a converted, it's just what it means is I'm now transitioning from the CRM portion to the transaction portion so that I can comply all the requirements so that I can really book the sale.
Okay.
Or for sa resale nga kuan is, let's say may man ang client, okay, offer accepted na ta. or that's the time, or mag-offer na pa, offer accepted na, but in resale, it doesn't end right. You still have to do due diligence.
So this is the after sales part
That's the
in a way.
feature na you can do the after sales na.
Okay, when we reserve a property, we have to comply with other requirements. Move na siya sa to converted para we can track what requirements the client has submitted, unsa pa ang kulang, para everything will be complied in the time frame set by the developer, which is usually 15 to 30 days. So rule of thumb is we follow up according to urgency. So if hot na leads, sila una, pag humana to sa hot, na humana tag follow up, dito na punta sa engaged. So, muna siya ang how we manage our leads. Para the CRM is the one dictating our schedule and not our inbox. Kay if magtanaw ra to sa atong inbox, bisag kinsa na lang atong replyan, dili na day gihapon siya work. Diba? So, we need to be very protective sa ato ang time, on how we handle our time.
What if ready to buy si client pero wala na siya match?
Engaged. Oh, hot. Kay pangitaan ako siya. If no listing match, pangitaan ako siya. So, I usually post on Facebook, kana bitang looking for, and what usually happens is other agents will respond there, nakoy listing. So, ako pang pangkuhaon ng details, and then I offer it to my client. So, offer listing. So, once we've tagged the clients, we know what they're looking for, the next step is to offer listings. For pre-selling property, I don't give them the entire inventory. Okay, let's say 100 pakabuk ang inventory sa Intalio Flats. So malibog ang client, di ang nindot diri. Especially when clients don't really know how to look at the map. They're not very familiar with inventory or the floor plans. So we need to guide them. So what we do is we choose a unit na nindot og location. Let's say this is a corner unit or an end unit. It's far from the elevator. It's facing the amenities. It's facing east. So we select a unit for the client and then magpag-guide na lang din. Let's say gusto ka og, for example, the unit is 20 stories ang tower. Unsa man ang imuhang, what's your preferred floor level? Then I want mid lang kay I don't like too high or too low. Okay, Mark, is the 9th or 10th floor okay with you? And then check, okay, 10th floor. Mamili mig unit sa 10th floor nga nindot. And then we send them the floor plan, we send them the computation, we send them all the details. Para the client will just need to make a decision on that specific unit. Dili siya ma-confuse or ma-overwhelm by all the information that we're giving. So once you follow up on the client, these are the two results. Either they respond or they go quiet. Meaning na sila mo tubag. Kinsa man lang kasulay ani. Nga nasikag follow up, then dili mo tubag. That's normal. Okay ra na siya. Daghan sila. So if they are responsive, book na din a viewing or an online meeting. So let's say interested ko in Intalio Estates. Excuse me, girls. So let's say the client is interested sa Intalio Estates. So book na din a viewing or book an online meeting if the client is an OFW para when we meet them online face to face or talk to them through a phone call, we are better able to understand what they're looking for, what their motivations are, unsa ilang time frame. And then if quiet gali, move to nurture sequence. Leads close 6 to 18 months later if you stay present. So this is really a long-term game.
Online meeting like sabaga, Zoom call yun kung paano.
Yeah, Zoom, yeah. So if diretso, call. And if a new inquiry comes in, I usually call. And then sa call, chika naman ko about the project. But then I also book a Zoom presentation para the client can see the project. Okay, we can share the screen, we can show them the slides. So it's easier for them to visualize. I also send them mga videos beforehand. Okay, na may videos on the project like a walkthrough or mga drone shots. So, isa na nako da ng information para when I do the call with them, they already have information on the project. It's not completely new. So, this is one example of unsa ang flow during follow-up time, during the 4-hour time block. So, i-open ang CRM, review all tasks due today, and then i-sort ang clients, hot, warm. So, para you can follow up according to priority. Write down You can also write down information. Whenever you gather information sa mong client, i-write lang tanan sa nurture your leads. Like if they're married, if they have kids, okay, that will be helpful later on when offering properties to them. So call hot leads first. So at least, well, it depends on how many hot leads that you have, but my target is to call all my hot leads first. Kaya dili man sila ana kadaghan yun ang hot leads. Kaya if dili na siya hot, I also move them to engaged na. So, call the hot leads first, leave an email or a message kung dili sila motubag, at least naka-touch base ta sa client, and then I update. So, for every contact that I do or every update that I get from the client, I just log them on nurture leads. Sometimes, I just copy-paste the replies. Especially if daghan kita, kailang reply, just copy-paste it there, okay, para makita na ko ang conversation flow na mo. And then you can message the client. Every contact you touch today must have an updated action date next. So this works especially for those nga kanang muuli pa. Let's say I have a client na I was in contact with him atong January pa, then he said I'm going to the Philippines on June. So dugay pa kayo per every month miga contact niya karon na nagid sa Philippines. So ga follow up nako, when do you want to check the property? So same ra gihapon ang winning blueprint nato to close 2 deals a month. So 50 new leads, 20 follow-ups, 5 site viewings or meetings will lead to 1 closed deal. So kani kay weekly biya ni siya. So if you do this actually every week, then you'll have 4 closed deals in a month. So most agents already have the number of leads that you need to close 2 deals a month. If you have 20 clients and you only close 10%, which is very conservative na gina nga closing rate, maka-close na ka og 2 deals a month. And that's very doable as long as we follow up systematically. Nga dili na to i-abandon ang ato ang leads. So muna siya ang math. 20 clients lang ni siya ha, and we have more clients than this yun. So again, follow up according to priority. Not all leads are equal. So if nakaani nga number of leads, so ano yun mo pag follow up? Unahon nimo ang hot, then engaged, and then nurtured na leads. So kani another example on the follow-up flow. So once you get a lead, you call that lead first. Second is you message. So combination lang gid siya of different ways to contact the client. So I usually call, text, or email. It depends on which platform we are communicating on. And one thing that I ask them good is their buying timeline. What is your time frame for buying a property? Kay mo man ni siya ang mag-indicate kung ibutang na ko siya sa hot or elsewhere. And this will be your main factor to determine which clients to follow up first. So another example on follow-up schedule, let's say na kay Monday to Friday, say mong 4-hour time block. So this is what you can do. So in the afternoon, you can do other things na dayon. Like for me, I do content creation na dayon actually sa morning, I do it in the morning. So for example, I have a time block, I do content creation early in the morning, like 8 to 9. Kay mas fresh, I just really like working in the morning. So if you have other things to do, you can schedule it around your time block. So afternoons are usually for meetings with the TWR executive team or meetings with agents, meetings with clients, any other meetings I usually schedule in the afternoon para I can protect my 4-hour time block in the morning. So what does your daily schedule look like? Kinsa may gusto mag-share silang schedule? Coaching. Unsa man imong daily schedule?
My God.
Lagi. I-share na ang daily schedule be sa top agent na.
I'm really not, good. I'm not a morning person. So I usually wake up. I usually wake up like, well, which choice kina mga bata so 7 days. Pero katong summer 10, noon. Because I also like sleep late.
So sa night ka gaga-work.
Yeah. Oh. So normally, before, I don't really read my phones. The moment I wake up, before I put on my makeup. Anyway, yeah, but right now, with EWR, it's like, the moment you wake up, after like, of course, sa ako, like, thank you, Lord, for simple morning prayer. Ang cellphone na din ako mabit-bit. Like, before na, later pa ako.
Ngayon mo rin pasagdaan.
Yeah, okay. Inside nag-reply sa ako give up propose last night o sa pita itong mga US clients na ako sa That's it. Then after, I pamot kape. Then, I'll try your 4-hour block. I usually 1 hour do ba follow up and then distract ako sa TikTok.
Yes.
Or Reels. Pag sa Facebook, diba?
So you can do the Reels and TikTok after the 4-hour block para ma-dedicate gitong 4-hour block to really following up. So for me, I like shut down myself for 4 hours. And when we can't shut down Messenger. Okay, we're replying there to clients. So, I semi-shut down in the sense na I only zoom in on the clients that I need to communicate with on Messenger. So, kanang tanan na other group chat, di na ako natanawon. Mara na siya naka-off sa ako ang mind. And then, ang katong i-message na ako, katong yung client na akong gi-follow up. And then, I don't read any chats in the morning outside of client follow-up unless na emergency. So, motong gaingon ko kang Myla or kang Camille, both of them are doing the sales with me nga. Kung na-important, tawagig yung ko kay di ko gatanaw sa messages during the time block. Kaya ma-defeat man ang purpose sa time block if gasigi kag follow up, ay magasigi kag read, diba? Kaya especially for me, when I read something, I want to reply immediately. Naka-ingrain na sa ako na kailangan ko mo reply karon. And then dili bitanan kinahanglan replyan right in that moment. So, balikan na nako na sila tanan sa hapon. So, sa to, you were saying sa imong schedule, naga-follow up na ka. So, that's a good start. Dugangin na lang. So, can you finish following up in an hour?
Gamay pa man ako ang lead. So, in 1 hour, And then, katong ingon mo na, I will not entertain calls outside sa PWR. Sometimes food ka na. Siyempre, I'm doing my other business. So, naka-distract ko na manawag. Kaya sometimes, if dili na ako tawagan, dili po niya ma-close niya client.
Pwede po na ni may time block. Separate time block per business.
Agree.
Para effective sa duha.
Muna mag-upon siya. Like, mag-story ako real estate. Mag-story ako waste management. Wala na ko sa passing.
Yes. So one thing that I learned from reading The One Thing by Gary Keller is it's very important that we set our priorities in advance. Like, what are my values first and what's important to me? Okay, once it's clear to us, unsa atong priority, we can set it na, this is number 1. Kaya ang priorities, isa ra gid na siya, di pwede duha. So, i-set siya according to number 1, number 2, number 3. So, muna akong number 1 priority today. And once that's clear, it's so much easier to say no or not yet. It's not like dili nimo sila atimanon, di ba? Imo magyapong atimanon ng other things, kaya they're also important. But once you've chosen that one thing, kana sa atong buhaton sa time block that we have set. So, prioritizing is saying no to the other things so we can say yes to the one thing that we chose. And kung sa atong gi-choose, it's really up to us. So for me, it's following up. So kaning nga time block, it's my one thing for the next 4 hours, and then after that, I can go on to do the other things. Kay if we don't prioritize or just choose one thing to do at a time, we won't be able to do anything well at all. Kay dili man ta makafocus, and focusing is the thing that can really allow us to excel in whatever we choose to do. So if we don't focus, we will fail na noon sa tanan. Compared to if nag-focus ta sa isa, then we'll be able to do that well. Kay mora magyud atong gitutukan. So my schedule looks like this. So not perfect good everyday night times na I wake up late, but mo ni siya akong gina-follow 80% of the time. So as long as you can do 80%, okay na siya. Kaya wala may such a thing as a perfect schedule. Na may times nga, ma-throw off ka sa schedule. So morning person man ko. So it really depends on your work style. So there are people like Ching na ganahan siya mag-work sa gabi. Ako, ganahan ko mag-work sa buntag. Kaya after lunch, malobat na ko. So kung if there are things that need my mental, kailangan og mental bitaw nga effort, di na mo gana akong brain after 12.
Ako balik na.
Di na mo gana. Di na dyan mo gana ang brain na ako after 12 noon. So, kapoy na ko ana. So, sa morning, that's when my brain is most alive. So, I do like devotional and then I do CrossFit and cardio. After 7, diyan na din ko mag-start og work. So, that's when I write content and that's when I follow up on clients. And then after that, muna din ang mga other tasks, mga meetings, and other follow-ups outside of real estate or kanang follow-up sa clients but kana bitaw after sales. So, mas lower man akong priority and I do that in the afternoon and not during my time block follow-up, which is just for closing deals. And then 4 p.m. or 4 p.m. usually we go home na kay we have to spend time with the kids pod. So actually, naka-time block akong life. So, na real estate, na family time, na Bible study time. So, ginabuhat na ko siya in time blocks para for this specific time block, dapat mag-focus lang ko ani. Kaya if we try to do multiple things at once, there's no such thing as multitasking, di ba? It's really switching from one task to the next. And if we multitask, wala na noon tayo ma-accomplish compared to if we just had a dedicated time block for each thing that's important to us. Okay, so the secret to your future lies in your daily routine. It might seem simple.
Lies in your daily routine.
Yes, daily routine good because long-term man siya nga game. Successful people do regularly what unsuccessful people only do occasionally. Okay, so that ends my training for today. Do you have any questions related to following up? Any questions to follow up?